I was going to read a summary of my last script to start us off. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've been haunted for centuries by the question, do we have free will or is everything predetermined? Yet in the same time it takes to ask the question, this whole moment has already appeared and disappeared as one seamless flash of sentient obviousness that never asked permission. Prior to thought about life, life is already. From this immediacy, the free will question feels dissonant. It lives entirely in a conceptual realm, trying to pin down something that never appears as a thing. It assumes a solid me in the brain that must either control everything or be controlled. Free will, as we imagine it, isn't a power an individual can wield, but a compelling movie we become lost in, believing we are the main character. Seen clearly, the debate is a false dichotomy. It forces an either or, where reality never offered only two options, but unfathomable paradox. There's no such thing as free will or determinism in the way the mind imagines. We are simply asking the wrong question, based on the wrong context. Instead of torturing ourselves with something that cannot be conceived, we can see through the question. When the storyteller is seen through, the story of freedom versus fate loses its power. Thought is hypothetical and utterly conditioned, a mere potential vantage point. Whatever thought is, it's always free to express from this all-pervading mystery, this will. Thought isn't for pinning reality down. It's like a hand-drawn sketch of a landscape you can't walk through, see, feel, or smell. Words are practical, needed to function in the dream. But when it comes to existential knowing, they are a kind of practical joke, pretending to capture what can never be bound. Meanwhile, sentience, wordless, unknowable wonder, is so immediate and so simultaneous that we overlook it. We are hypnotized by symbolic knowing. Meaning can be destructive when it isn't seen for what it is, an empty overlay, beautiful, but never final. Within this clarity, determinism also collapses. There is no time for it. All arises at once in a rendered pattern of unfolding fractals. Everything appears instantaneously as inconceivable obviousness, ever flowing, too fast to know, already, beyond any thought of free or determined. There is luminous presence, too simple and infinitely complex to be owned. The question comes from a resonance of control. There is a felt sense that I'm steering the ship, and yet it's so very exhausting because it's based on a lie. The question will eventually fall and be seen through. Where is the need to know? As we look with radical honesty, we see it's imagined. We were told we could find the truth in mind and innocently believed. But truth is not a belief or rhetoric. It is recognized in radical openness and willingness to be wrong about everything we learned. This recognition happens on an energetically intuitive level. Look as a toddler looks at the stars for the first time. What is this? Ask your burning inquiry and dare not to answer it yourself. Lose interest in the arising of self-idolized arrogance. We are blind to our hunger for control. It runs deep into the unconscious and sabotages intimacy with all things. See through the imagined controller, always chasing a certainty never found outside of a thought. When the spell of needing to know breaks, wonder stands here, naked, true, complete. So don't just believe any of this, test it. Clarity is not achieved. It's simply seen, like the sun at dawn, that this has never been what you think it is. Life becomes simpler. There's nothing to defend, manage, or become, while everything remains free to spontaneously express. Just this magic, moving by itself, without a claimer. These words are useless if they don't inspire a looking for oneself. Become curious. Become rebellious. Look away from the commentary. Step back. Start over. Look directly at the burden of proof. And be willing to see through the assumption of what free will even is. Put down what is supposedly known and open to the vastness of your being. Be thorough as you look deeply at the nature of thought, sense perceptions, and of awareness itself. A thought can only ever be a thought, never that which I am. And welcome yourself into your unfathomability. The end. Sorry.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Kind of long, sorry.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, Leela. Yeah.
What is this prior to interpretation?
Mhm. It's like life experiencing itself.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome everybody. So good to have you all here. This is a little meeting about presence.
Mm.
Mm.
Your original identity. It seems forgotten.
Mm.
And so we dream ourselves as these characters, these individuals, these identities. But we're always the presence. You've never not been the presence. You're the presence before the body. You're the presence right now. And you'll be the presence after the body dies.
Beautiful.
I have a fantasy that someone will come to Zoom bomb us, and then suddenly the content will begin to intrigue them, and they'll drop the idea of Zoom bombing and just.
That demon will be exorcised.
Yeah. So that's a good example, right? There's a time where we could become triggered. Like I remember when I first started doing these, it was like, oh my God, Zoom bomber, you know? It's like it was the mind made it into a problem. Oh, they weren't invited. So we can notice that.
Mhm.
The mind wants to control everything.
Mhm.
I want to control it. I want to know who shared the link far and wide.
Yeah. It's funny.
That's with everything. The why question comes up and we don't notice it, that it can never be resolved.
Yeah, all make-believe meanings. It can mean anything.
Yeah.
So that's the plight of being a seeker because there's nothing to find.
Yeah.
The seeking is this energetic movement of not here.
It's saying no to this experience right now. And when you say yes to this experience right now, you're abiding as the absolute, pure being.
Your camera's out of focus, Michael.
Thank you, darling.
Ah.
And watching the mind too, it's so fun to watch how the little conditioned ideas that come up and the assumptions and programs. And it's so cool because it's easily changeable. It's very malleable and changeable. And you're the substratum, the awareness from which this beautiful phenomenon is appearing and disappearing. So you as awareness are vibrating as thinking and perceiving so that you can experience yourself because you're unmanifest, your essence being invisible, infinite. So it's not that the mind is a demon or something bad. It's your tool to experience yourself as appearing manifest. But witnessing it is what dissolves the resistance to it
And
because you're. Hmm?
I just wanted to piggyback on you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this, what Ginny's talking about and Leela, it's not a belief. This is non-conceptual. It's what you actually are.
Mhm.
It is fascinating when it's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it ever has been. When you look for an entity or a me, or if you look for what is narrating the story without thought, you can't find anything. It's hilarious. There's just pure awareness.
Yeah, pure awareness is prior to mind.
Prior to me being aware. Mm. Michael, a lot of teachers still use that as awareness is the thing, and that I need to be more aware for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, Manny. Like these days, and it changes with me, but at the moment, I really like the word presence even a little more than awareness, because the connotation of awareness is there's something that's aware of something else. Presence is just being.
But then you say, you know, I'm being present and I have to be more present. Or this pure presence is just that it's one thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's already. So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's already there before you say I'm present.
right.
Hmm.
Prior to, yeah, everything.
The mind will hijack any word.
Hmm. It'll try to complicate things just to play hide and seek. Because when you keep coming up with these concepts and ideas and aversions, it'll keep you hidden in that thought, in that idea.
Kate said LOL.
That's it, LOL.
Yeah.
Laugh out loud. So it is hilarious, all of it. How sweet.
Yeah, the mind and the thought will never understand this because it's not it. It's not this. They will always try to land on something to try to figure out what this is. And that's where the identification comes as far as a persona is concerned, a human being. You become so identified, and then once you start asking questions, it's one question after another, and it's right here. And it's an innocent distraction. I like to call it beingness, presence. It's just words. But yeah.
Hmm. I love awareness because everything is appearing within your awareness. That can be even logical and ridiculously obvious
Mm.
that all thoughts, perception, sensations are appearing within you as awareness, and it can't appear without you being aware. And when you try to separate your awareness from the sensation or the perception or the thought or any of it, you can't. It is your awareness. So it's all one singular awareness. It can't be separated. It's all a unique vibration within you. Not two, just one.
Hey, you guys feel like rolling the dice? There's somebody in the waiting room named Pete.
Oh no.
Named what? Peter?
Pete.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see what we render.
Yeah. It's held so much lighter though. You know, it's just like if I have to catapult them, that's just what's happening.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I remember when I realized or recognized that I don't get offended anymore. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. Amazing. So you can see these little changes and shifts happening.
Mhm.
Man, Casey, look at you. Don't you clean up well?
Brother.
You look great.
Thank you.
That's Casey?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
Yeah.
Handsome.
Yeah.
Did you get a haircut or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Aren't you always in a car?
With a baseball hat.
Fuck, man. No, no, not my car.
Unpredictable.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
shit.
is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
You gotta get the baseball. There you go.
That's great. Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Seems like the expressions I've been noticing, it's like a ghost. And the pure awareness just kind of notices the ghost doing its thing. And then it just comes back and then it's doing its thing.
Yeah.
And then we're believing in this ghost-like creature that's going.
Yeah, you can watch it zoom in and out like an aperture on a camera where it
Yeah.
blurs out the peripheral and it's super honed in, coloring itself with something, and then it comes back to itself and then goes out and then comes back. It's interesting to watch.
Mhm.
And not take it seriously, but you can actually have fun in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. Role playing and there's, yeah.
By the way, if anybody has any questions or would like to share, feel free to unmute and jump in.
I find I laugh at myself a lot more.
Yay. Me too.
What were you going to say, Indira?
I forgot. Oh, okay. I was just going to say that this is, I'm talking to everyone here. It's your meeting too. So feel free to unmute and just share.
I'll share something. I recently shed this identification with the idea that I need fixed in some way. And I've had this all my life. That something's just not right. I've gone to neurologists, like hoping there was a tumor or some explanation. And I finally let go of all of it. And there was this deepening of space and the word presence came
Mm.
and being was more apparent.
Mm-hmm.
And it was beautiful. It's hard for me to know, like, where am I here? Where am I in this journey? And it's like, well, I got to deal with the I if that's where I'm going with this. And so I got a good dose of what it's like to shed more of this I.
Mm.
Wonderful.
And I love being with all of you.
Yay. I love being with you.
Gorgeous.
Yes, thank you.
Like for me, thank you for that gorgeous share. I find that sometimes I go in and out between roles and or beingness, even though beingness is here 24/7 always. Like today, I was walking into Walgreens and I had a purse in my hand and I had, I don't know, something else in my right hand. And I'm just walking. And in that moment, I was like, I felt like, where's my purse? Like I just, it felt like I didn't feel like a body. Like I go in and out sometimes. And I thought, wow, that was kind of weird. Like walking air, and then all
Yeah,
thought went to, where's your purse? And it was right here. I don't know. I have
that
like
is cool.
weird moments like that sometimes.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I'm not alone in this.
Sometimes I'll go try to do a thing that I already did just because I don't remember that I did it. Because I wasn't like logging it when it was happening. The body was just doing it and there was no like remembering it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like dementia for a moment. Yeah. What would you call that, Jenny? in your Ginny words.
You're just like those waves of transcendence, or because even in your direct experience without thought, there is no body. There is no object, there is no thing. So it can be obvious. And then when you are like one pointed awareness, like say you're listening to a sound like a gong or music, you are the sound, you are the hearing. You are not a person hearing it or a separate subject object. You are beyond one with it. There's not even saying one with it. It's beyond intimacy. And then it's so cool because all of that is the opportunity to see yourself clearly as awareness. Because when it fades out like a bell or a gong, when you're aware of it without thought, you're just purely being, and it fades out into the source that you are. So you have that direct experience of your naked being in that moment. So everything's the opportunity, even the sound of this voice appearing and disappearing within you, and you remain completely unchanging and immaculate. So it's always everything's the opportunity. But yeah, that the same thing here, like it gets trippier and trippier. Like it's so obvious that nothing's happening, because when you're firmly established in the ground, the primordial ground of being, it's like the screen at the movie theater is in the foreground of the movie. It's not in the background. So it's like that unchanging peace, silent stillness from which everything's appearing and disappearing can be so much more obvious.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And when you're perceiving something, even seeing, without thought, there's no distinguishing objects or separation. There's just pure singular being. So no one's ever experienced duality.
Yeah.
I just want to say that what's being shared here is not a doing, it's a noticing
Mm-hmm.
of what's already the case.
The mind will say that it's a doing, but when I'm looking, really looking and noticing, it's very obvious that there's no one doing it. It's just happening and then not happening all at the same time.
Mark, I wanted to say, what is this without that orienting question? It's like, where am I on a map? You know, what is that? What is that made of? You know, it's just a thought.
Right.
Can't really know where we are. What does that even mean, you know?
It's just a go-to thought.
Even if you see through stuff like that, it can still just pop up, on its
Yes.
own out of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, you can make it playful too, like when you're witnessing those thoughts, because when you react to them and you get off your throne of awareness and you fight with them, that's the illusion of the separate self. But when you're just witnessing, it integrates, it dissolves within you. It's pure awareness. So you can just witness those little thoughts, and you can even get playful with it. Like I would witness, and I'd be like hee hee hee, or something like a little giggle, and then it just makes it happy. It makes it fun and sweet, and curious, and it's all harmless.
Yeah. I never understood what compassion was until I was able to look at this life in an impersonal way. And then it was like overwhelmingly innocent.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
And I don't look at thoughts anymore as if it's a boogeyman or anything like that. I see them as sometimes trying to help, in its own dysfunctional way.
Mm-hmm.
And when I can look at it in that context, it's like how can there be any upsetness with them? And the only upsetness comes is just belief in them and taking them seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They're just appearing and rising. That's all that's being seen. Um, and that's it. I had
Yeah.
some crazy thoughts this morning going down the stairs, and it was like, okay, just, just watching or just noticing them come up. Like I had a visual and just not taking it seriously and continue to do what the body needs to do for the day.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah, and even worshiping all of them and being like, Namaste, you are beautiful. Thank you so much for trying to help. Thank you for trying to protect. That is just so sweet. But we're safe. I'm safe. I'm the source. I'm the absolute. And you're made of me. Let's freaking integrate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Jenny. When you calm down, the mind calms down.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, when you resist it, it gets all fired up because it's just trying to come home. And when you resist it, you're pushing it out of the door. You're saying, no, you're not allowed. And everything has to come home.
And it's okay. I just want to say, if you get caught up again, we all do. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's no big deal. Just don't, there can be a tendency as a spiritual seeker to beat ourselves up. No,
Mm-hmm.
just come right back to the presence.
Yes.
It's good to remind ourselves the judgment of others and ourselves takes us where it takes us. It's the
Mm-hmm.
ghost again coming up and saying, "Hey, that shouldn't be the way it is," but it's already the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
either
Yeah.
either I'm here or I'm not.
Judgment is free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
judgment's going to judge still, but doesn't mean you have to believe it. Yeah, or
Yeah,
it could be
Mhm,
like Gideon. Oh,
exactly.
that's so adorable.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that spark of
Yeah.
that spark of interest makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can interpret it in different ways, like give it a leather jacket with a motorcycle. Make it playful.
Dress it up.
Or give it a
Yeah.
pacifier, and a little blanket.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute. Yeah.
Well, Jenny, didn't you say you'd reach out and pinch him on the cheeks and say, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
so
I did all
adorable"?
sorts of playful shit, like, oh, you cute little thought. Come here.
Thought
Come
form's
here.
like back off.
I've struggled with intrusive thoughts since I was a kid, like very violent flashes,
Mhm.
kind of like a post-traumatic stress kind of response. And uh, it's much less now, but they do still pop up sometimes, like first thing in the morning.
Mhm.
It's just like a flash, like a movie flash or something. But
Yeah.
now it just is exactly what it is. There's no meaning behind it,
Mhm.
you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like it never happened.
Mhm.
there's less weight and power given to it.
Mhm.
Seems like.
Yeah.
And I want to say something about being as honest as you can with yourself. You don't owe anyone else an explanation. Just be honest. If you're suffering, you can admit it. It's okay.
hmm And that's healing too, like bringing it to the light, because that it can also transmute it just by admitting it. It's really interesting.
Yeah, the suffering is a portal.
hmm
If you're denying that it's there, you're not going to enter into it, you know.
hmm
Mhm.
And I also feel too that very good point, Michael, that having connections that are safe for you slash me to share with is also another, as you would say, Leela, portal. It's another way of letting go what no longer serves the body at that time, having connections where I can feel safe to share emotions with. I feel that is very healthy.
hmm
And it kind of puts the light on it. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just like another practical basic need,
Mhm.
like shelter.
hmm Yeah, it's always good to have a best friend that you can be totally raw with. Just, yeah. Hey, Grace.
Hi.
Did you want to chat?
Yeah, I was just reflecting on what Michael was saying like earlier when he said, when you calm down, the mind will calm down. And I feel this statement is a bit confusing. Like, who are you talking to? Like because it's either like the one, um, the presence doesn't need to calm down. So if you are talking to an entity other than the mind that needs to calm down first, it was a bit uh, confusing when you said that, but it sounded it landed somewhere though. I don't know. What is that we are talking to in the first place here? Are we talking to the mind?
So what's asking that question right now?
Yeah, when you ask that, it's hard to track this now. So it's like even distinguishing this is a mind and this is me. Once I look at it, are there two things?
No.
Everything is just one. I call it awareness. You can call it presence, from which everything appears and disappears. So you're the empty, open field of awareness from which the Shakti movement appears, the dynamic pulsation, the thinking and perceiving, so that you can taste yourself as God, you can imagine, you can experience. And one thing that was so huge here was witnessing, because when I witnessed, I was seeing from the perspective of the absolute, of pure awareness, and I was watching the activity of the mind. So that showed me that I'm prior to it,
Mm.
that my essential self does not depend on what comes and goes. I am the substratum from which everything comes and goes, and I remain. And not only that, but the more I meditated on my pure essential consciousness, I could see very clearly that I am timeless. I'm a clean slate from which everything's appearing and disappearing. And I can't prove that anything ever happened. Even these words right now are appearing and disappearing within you. And you're timeless. Where'd they go? There's only now. There's only right now. So when you witness, you abide as the substratum, as the screen from which everything appears and disappears. And that's when the mind starts to quiet, because you're not identifying with it. You're not resisting it. You're not getting off your throne. Awareness is not being identified with it anymore. You can see yourself clearly. So then you can see the thinking clearly, the everything clearly. It's all yourself as awareness, and there is no separation. So then the thoughts aren't as, annoying, or they can get really quiet. They can get, they're not being resisted anymore.
Another way,
Oh,
go ahead, Michael. I was just going to say, it's just a shifting of interest. Is if you look in the pointer for truth, you're going to be confused. That's why I say it's not in the words, literally. It's too paradoxical to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I feel like sometimes listening to different teachers and hearing different language of like everyone is delivering the message in a different way, and then the mind, I feel like something gets hooked here about which language is the language, and it becomes a language more than uh,
That's very familiar.
Sure is.
It's maddening. That will get worse and worse and more frustrating until you just break. It's a feature,
so.
not a bug.
Grace, I'll take a stab at your question about what I said. So here, what was noticed was the mind is like a lost child that's just making it up as it goes because it's so afraid underneath. And you're the mother or the father. And I noticed that as soon as I began to not listen to the mind and drop into the presence or awareness or the being, and like Leela says, the word doesn't matter. As I began to relax, meaning whatever the mind said, it didn't matter so much. And so the more I calmed and didn't react to the mind, that's what I mean by saying it calmed down.
Mm.
And I love what Ginny said too, in contrast to what you're saying, Michael. For me, it was like my attention was so focused on thought, the addiction to thought. It was just so because the attention was so much on the dialogues that would come up in the morning and the day, it was like here's beingness, but then it's like it's like it's like being drawn into the thought, and then there's more confusion, and then there's this feeling like I have to fight the thought. But then when I was able to see this, as you would call it, being this presence, which is extremely right here, right now, like as I'm talking, what is behind that? If I ask myself, what is behind this? I close my eyes and look, I see absolutely fucking nothing. That's it. That, that, darkness, whatever you want to call it, it has no labels, nothing. And I can see that. And then I'm like, I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, wow, it's just here. And it's hard to put into words. So even meditation. I don't even like the word meditation for me because I guess because I put the meaning that I had with it before was trying to stop thought, and that doesn't even make sense. But I can close my eyes now for 20 minutes, however long, and just allow it all to just, sensations, even allow thoughts. I mean, sounds rather. Sounds are part of the meditation. Sensations are a part of the meditation. And, I open my eyes and it's here. It's me. It's right as I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
But what's behind what I'm talking? I had to see this for myself. And so if I'm sleeping at night, and it's happened several times where I'd wake up, from a dream or whatever, and then all of a sudden it feels like consciousness comes back and all the memories from yesterday and whatever starts coming through. But what is seeing that? I come back to that. So
Mm-hmm.
seeing that that's what I am, eh, I mean, game's over because it's like, okay, I'm seeing the thoughts, but they're
Mm-hmm.
just speaking. And so movement goes straight, and I've said this before, just this has been very intuitive. It goes straight to the hands right away. It just goes straight to the hands and to the body, sensations, the nose, the face. And it kind of like the thoughts kind of like slow down. Um, because I can see that they're not true and it's not real because what is true is breathing, laying in the bed. There is no catastrophe. Nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Mhm. Beautiful.
It's just like the nature of awareness. You can hear birds outside singing, but you're not like, what am I going to do about that? You're not, there's not meaning there,
mm,
but it's still appearing and you can hear it. It's in your awareness, but for some reason, because of identity, we feel turmoil over the natural arising of thoughts. We're not doing that either.
Mm-hmm.
We're just scared to see that, you
mm.
know, natural,
Yeah, we go
innocently.
deeper than that too, Leela. What is scared, right? What is
That's
afraid?
that's also a natural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Everything is content in the dream.
It's
Even
so
where,
beautiful because right when you go into that, right when you question that, because you're the source, you have all the answers. Like you can literally say, "Show me that I'm the absolute," and you will show yourself. You will bring evidence of that, so you can reveal anything you want to yourself. But even in that, even in those moments when you ask, you will receive because you are God.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I think intention is powerful. I know it's kind of a no-no in the non-dual, police community, but
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's totally dualistic. What an oxymoron.
but if you say, I want to see the truth, no matter
Hmm.
if it
Mm-hmm.
kills me, you know, and you mean it,
Oh,
you better
yeah.
hold on because
You're
life
going to
will
get it.
unfold.
That's what happened here. I didn't want anything else except for self-knowledge. Fuck everything else. I was like, just give me that. And that's, it just, you completely unravel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what I call hair on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's undescribable. And I just wanted to say a word about identity. You actually have no identity. Throughout the day, we can begin to notice that we play many different roles. You might be a mom if you have children, you might be a dad if you have children, you might be a teacher, you might work somewhere and be a worker or an employee. How is that possible? How are you able to play so many different roles? It's because you're essentially empty.
Mm-hmm.
Free of all roles allows you to be depressed, to be happy, to experience the wide range of emotions.
Mm. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Why does the non-dual police community poo-poo on intention?
Because it's imagined. But everything is imagined.
And everything is God. Everything's non-dual. So everything's allowed.
Sorry, what was the question? Why what?
I was responding to something Leela said about like that people in the non-dual community would say or at least imply that you shouldn't have intentions. And she was saying that was ridiculous.
Or that you shouldn't practice because there's no process and there's nowhere to get to. But there's no one to stop that from happening either. There's no reason to shame what appears. It's like shaming a kindergartner for not knowing calculus yet. It's just, the natural unfolding of nature.
It's all Shiva, Shiva's will. So Shiva practicing, Shiva worshiping itself.
And it doesn't get you where you're already at. Any of the intentions.
And it couldn't be any other way. Because when I look
Yeah.
back,
Mm-hmm.
memories of what was done to try to get was perfect. All of it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And
Yeah.
what's funny is it doesn't even exist now, but yeah, it's
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Exactly. It couldn't have happened any other way. And everything that could possibly be has already happened. It's already done. It's just amazing.
It doesn't make sense. It's paradoxical that there's no process and that looks like process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take a stab at it, Elias. It's based on the so-called radical non-duality say, well, there's no me, so who is there to practice?
Yeah.
And it's complete bullshit because there's already no me. But if you feel like practicing, then for God's sakes, practice. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it can appear gradual. It can appear like exercising a muscle, getting stronger and stronger.
Whatever it appears as, it can't not be this.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you have to go through everything. If you think the intention's valid, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Put the carrot out there and concentrate on the carrot and don't live while you're trying to get there. Because I'm focused on the carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I can remember back in the day just drinking
Yeah.
alcohol all the time. And, and that was perfect too, even though the mind would say you shouldn't be doing that. And I heard other commentaries from family members, blah, blah, blah. But that was perfect until it got to a point where I guess intuition came through and said, this doesn't feel good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But even though even I'm not saying to go, go get a six pack. I'm just saying that anything anybody does right now is actually perfect, but the world sees it as not, and that's where the suffering is. Um, it's the same thing with news. It's like, I mean, you can watch news, which is fine. All of it is perfect. Um, But I just felt like for me, what felt lighter to the body was not to watch it over and over and over, even though that was perfect. Like everything that this body did when I look back, there's no judgment over it. There's
Mm-hmm.
so much compassion, whereas there would have been a lot of shame. So it's like a shameless looking.
Yeah. The journey is the destination.
Yeah, and there's these beautiful patterns that everything that's appearing to happen is because of everything that's already fucking happened. And it's absolutely, immaculately divine orchestration. All of it is everything unfolding. And your awareness and your intention changes the pattern, changes the probability distribution. It like evolves the whole system because it's one totality appearing to function as a whole. So you do change with your intention. You can change things. You can manipulate and experience what you want to experience. You're not a victim of circumstance, ever.
Reminds me of the quote, when you argue with what is, you suffer.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Totally.
Sounds like Byron Katie. Yeah.
When you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the
Yeah,
time.
that's
Yeah.
it.
That's awesome.
Is what it is. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite definitions of enlightenment that I ever heard, Adyashanti saying that enlightenment is no argument with reality.
Mm-hmm.
And
When
then,
I hear that, sorry.
Go ahead, Grace.
go ahead, Grace.
Yeah, when I hear this, I also say, what is even reality? Not to argue with, like sometimes because the argument happens, and then I tell, was that even part of reality or part of me interact in arguing with realities? It's just sometimes trying to find out which one was the reality in this
Yeah,
sentence.
that's the mind. That's
Mm-hmm.
all mind, Grace.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a psychedelic?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one fractal arguing with another fractal. You know, it's all just the ocean of patterns.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just play.
Yeah. You'll never get it right and you'll never get it wrong.
It's
Yeah.
fail proof. Yeah, you can't fuck up.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how even something that you're dreading while you're experiencing it, after you're just like, holy shit, I learned so much from that. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God. I
Yeah.
just up leveled in the video game.
Yeah.
And then you're grateful for it.
Yeah. Until you start getting excited when, you know, something irritates you. You're like, oh, I must be growing or something, you know, like,
Yeah.
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 Also, I just have to put in a plug for humor.
Mm-hmm.
Shit does get funnier. Like you will find yourself laughing inappropriately.
Yes.
yes,
Totally.
like at funerals and stuff. No.
Oh, I've always done that. I've always done it. Whenever it's inappropriate, that's when I have a laughing attack.
Yeah.
Totally.
My God. Embarrassing. For no one, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell a story. So when I was a teenager, my friend and I dropped acid, and we were at my house, and I guess my mom came home early or something, and she started yelling at us. And the problem is when you're on acid, it's hilarious when someone's yelling at you, pointing a finger, getting pissed. And it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. So the more she would yell, the more we would crack up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we
That's
had to just
funny.
go in my room because it was total disrespect. She felt completely disrespected. But from our perspective, there's just no way we could behave. Like we were
Yeah.
just completely gone.
That's awesome.
Great metaphor. Hmm.
I have beautiful memories of that. We would go in the woods, and at some point, someone would start laughing, and we'd all be just laughing at nothing.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. It hurt. It was so
Oh, I know. You get a six pack. I've done that too with
Get a six pack.
a hero's dose of mushrooms, like laughing for 8 hours, just rolling around. It's so great. But yeah,
Yeah,
the
thank
seriousness is funny. It is funny. All of it is.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say thank you for sharing that experience, Michael. It reminded me of something similar I had, and it's helpful to. It feels like seeing the mind. And
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, that's it, Grace. Instead of being the mind and assuming you're the mind and mistaking yourself for the mind, you simply are just observing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, consciousness. Imagine yourself as consciousness wearing a lab coat. This is a beautiful little fun novelty experiment. And you're constantly revealing your infinite potential, your infinite capacity. So it's like a never ending self discovery.
And even when you used the analogy that when you told me, like said, you are the mother and the mind is like the child. What I heard right away is maybe this is where the Bible definition came from, like the father and the son.
Nice.
I
It
wonder.
is.
Cool.
Uh, and even when it says in the Bible somewhere, like in the beginning was the Word, and it was trying to describe Jesus in the Bible, which
Mm-hmm.
was represented by the Word, which is the Son.
Mm-hmm.
So, and is the idea, and it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, which is it's still God, but it's manifested.
Yes, exactly. Not
And
two. So the Father is the Son.
Mm-hmm.
The Father and the Son is one. Yeah.
And the Holy Spirit, in this sense, is the reminder, like the memory, the bridge to remind us that it's one. Is and that's where the Trinity comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was mystical before it became more like about bodies
Yeah.
or
Oh,
about
yeah.
entities. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's got to be seen directly for yourself.
thank you.
Yeah, non-conceptual. So you, just like Jesus said, you're not going to understand this unless you're ready. Like this is going to look totally encrypted. And it is until you're ready. And then you can see all of the symbols. And then you're like, oh my God, these were all just analogies pointing to my essential being, my invisible essence that I am.
Any last comments or questions before we close out today?
Oh, it's so nice to meet you guys.
Yay. So happy to have you here. Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Kate, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for this. Yes, this was very enlightening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really love the, I don't know what you call it. Is it the 5 stages of creation that you talk about? There's like 5 steps where it's like creation.
That's what I've been talking about on my Zoom calls. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yay. I'm gonna make
And
another video of that a deeper dive soon.
because I realized what was happening with me is I was stuck in the phase of, I forget what it's called, the continuation, where you don't allow something to absorb back into the infinite. You
Yeah.
just continue to focus on it. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what I was doing. I was continuing to project my focus onto it and giving an increasing complexity
Yeah.
and making it more and more elaborate. And and that's where all my suffering was coming from.
That's beautiful. Because once you're aware of that is when you transcend it, when it comes
Yes,
to your attention. Because when it's unconscious, it can keep perpetuating. So yeah,
exactly.
yeah, thank you for that confirmation. I've been planning to make another longer video just going deeper into that, the details of that.
And
Yes,
there's also no work to it. It's just whatever arises is just being seen and felt. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes,
you,
thank
everybody.
you.
Everybody, love
you.
all of you, each and every
Love
one
you.
of you. Mwah,
Mwah.
beautiful. Have a
Yay.
great day, everybody.
You
Yeah.
too.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.